Okay, hello, Mr. Kudri and everyone. We are from Group 6, and today we're going to present our discussion result about the Arlington case. This is the team members. My name is Bilkis Tiara, and these are my friends, Brigita, Nuroki, and Rizkia. And this is the case overview about the Arlington case. And then this is the first question.
Okay, the first question is identifying the internal controls that have been in place and explain the purpose of those controls. Next. Okay, these are three internal controls. The first one is review and approval of new employee authorization by payroll coordinator. The evidence on the case is here's the line. The process begins when a form authorizing the addition of new employee to the payroll master file is sent to the payroll coordinator for review and approval. The control type is preventive. The purpose is ensures only authorized and valid employees are added to the payroll system, preventing fraudulent or ghost employees. The next function is automatic calculation of overtime and shift differential. Here's the evidence. The control type is preventive. The purpose is reducing human error and ensures consistent, accurate calculation of employee compensation. The next is monthly payroll tax updates from external accounting firm. Here's the proof. A local accounting firm provides Arlington with monthly payroll tax updates, which are used to modify the tax rates. The control type is preventive and detective. The purpose is keeping payroll tax calculations compliant with current laws and reduce the risk of under or overpayment of taxes.
And for the next is weekly backup of payroll master file. The payroll master file is backed up weekly after payroll processing is finished. The control type is corrective, and the purpose is to ensure that critical payroll information can be recovered in the event of system failure, corruption, or cyber incidents, thus maintaining payroll continuity and data integrity. The next one is manual review of time cards by payroll manager. The payroll department manager reviews the time cards to ensure that hours are correctly total. And the control type is detective. The purpose is designed to detect errors or intentional falsification in reported work hours. It provides a human check before payroll is finalized, adding oversight to the time reporting process. And the last one is restricted access to the check signing machine. After the checks are printed, the payroll department manager uses an automatic check signing machine to sign the checks. The signature plate is kept locked in a safe. And the control type is preventive. The purpose is to ensure that only authorized individuals can execute final payroll payments, thereby safeguarding against unauthorized issuance of checks.
Okay, so for the second question is identify weaknesses in the current procedure and give recommendation for improvement. Next. Okay, so the first weaknesses is lack of segregation of duties. The manager of the payroll department is in charge of too many important tasks, including distributing paychecks, signing checks, supervising payroll processing, and also checking timesheets. This concern is supported by the documentation, which states that the payroll department manager performs all the other activities depicted in Figure 710. So why is this the problem? This setup increases the opportunity for payroll fraud, such as the creation of ghost employee or unauthorized overtime. It also eliminates check and balance because the same person is both performing and reviewing key parts of the process, making it easy for error or manipulation to go undetected. And the second weaknesses is poor physical security of payroll checks. So blank checks are stored in a box next to the printer and can be easily accessed. According to the documentation, the checks are stored in a box next to the printer for easy access. While convenient, this practice poses a serious risk. Why is this a problem? So storing checks in an unsecured, easily accessible location creates a high risk of unauthorized access. Anyone with access to the area, whether unauthorized or not, could potentially steal, after, or misuse the checks. This opens the door to check fraud, which could lead to financial loss and reputational damage for the company. Next. Okay, so for the recommendation for the weakness, is lack of segregation of duties. To strengthen internal controls and reduce the risk of fraud or error, it is recommended that Arlington industry segregate key payroll duties. Currently, the payroll department manager is responsible for multiple critical functions, which creates an opportunity for undetected irregularities. For example, first is time card review by supervisor, second, payroll processing by payroll staff, and the third, check signing by finance or a senior executive not involved in payroll processing. Also, for the last is paycheck distribution by HR or supervisor with signed acknowledgement from employees. And for the second weakness, it is recommended that blank checks be stored in a locked, secure location with restricted access. For example, first, store blank checks in a locked, secure location with limited access, and last, implement a check inventory lock to track use of checks. Next.
And the next weakness is insecure distribution of paychecks. Letting shift supervisor distribute paychecks can risk theft or improper handling. The proof is a sentence of the payroll manager distributes the paychecks to all first shift employees. Paychecks for the other two shifts are given to the shift supervisor for distribution. The risks are theft or loss, that physical checks can be stolen, misplaced, or given to the wrong person. And the next risk is supervisors could misappropriate unclaimed checks. And the next weakness is dependence on monthly payroll tax updates. Using a third party for tax updates risks delay or errors. The proof is a sentence of a local accounting firm provides Arlington with monthly payroll tax updates, which are used to modify the tax rates. The risks are delayed or incorrect tax rates from the third party may cause non-compliance, and late or inaccurate tax updates may cause underpayment and penalties. And the recommendation for each weaknesses, the first one is the weakness of insecure distribution of paycheck is to improve how paychecks are delivered and to ensure accountability and security. For example, like implement direct deposit for every employee, ID verification and signature when handling out checks, and maintain a signed record by both the issuer and the receiver. And the recommendation of the weakness that dependence on monthly payroll tax updates is to automate and verify tax rate update. For example, like utilize payroll software that updates tax automatically, subscribe to tax update alerts, and verify tax rates monthly against state websites. That's all from us. Thank you.